so I will answer that question with saying, what is the most important thing you can do in all this birth experience? And if I left you with one thing, it's that what I call the optimal hour once the baby comes out. So a beautiful scene that you kind of painted would be, the midwife's in there, the doula's in there, and then soon as all the medical stuff is done and the father grabs that baby, then everybody else in the room leaves the room. The father's, has his shirt off and he's skin to skin with the baby. He looks at the baby, looks the baby in the eyes, and then presents the baby to the mother. And she's completely, has her shirt off and the baby lays on the mother's chest. So what's happening in that moment is that pheromones are coming off of the baby's head into the father's nose, into the mother's nose. The mom's looking the baby in the eye and the baby's looking the mom in the eye. And we have all these, sensories. The 5 senses are all enacted. And what's happening is the human body, the mom's body says, my baby is alive. I can see in their eyes, I can smell their head, and I can hear their noise. So the mom's body says the baby's alive. The baby looks into the mom's eyes and sees, okay, my mom is alive. She survived birth. I can see her. I can smell her. I can hear her, and I can touch her, and I can sense her heart beating. We're going to have this beautiful life together. And when we have that optimal birth and the father's there, then all this hormones and all the oxytocins of love comes into play. But when we have what's opposite, what I'll call a medical birth or an invasive birth or a technological birth, and the doctor takes the baby from the mom, and the doctor is the first one to look the baby in the eyes, and the doctor smells the baby, and the baby sees the doctor's eyes, the doctor's smell, the doctor's pheromones, and then the second person is the nurse, and then all of a sudden that goes away. Now we have a baby that doesn't know where it was born into the world, and who's thinking, my parents didn't survive this, and now I have to turn in fight, flight, or freeze, and I can't put out the hormones of love. I have to put the hormones out of trying to survive in a world without parents. And that's probably one of the number one things that I try to get to people. And we have a system that is designed to make sure that that love bond is broken in the first hour.
Wow.
And if I just give you the smallest, like from the heart examples, putting a hat on the baby's head immediately, the baby's not cold. It doesn't need a hat. That hat is placed on the baby's head so that the baby's smell doesn't go into the mother or the father. Instead, it has the smell of detergents or fabric softeners or dryer sheets, and it's keeping the pheromones from coming off the top of the head. Even swaddling the baby, if they wrap a baby immediately in that blanket, we see it's the same blanket in every hospital because it needs to be done, then we're preventing skin-to-skin contact. The baby wants to be out, it wants to move, it wants to experience all its senses. It doesn't want to be tightened into a ball. And no matter how many people, oh, well, the baby was smashing the ball in the womb, that's how it feels comfortable. It wants to be out and alive. It wants to be chest to chest with the mother and father. And we have a medical system that's immediately putting cream, I'm just going to use the word cream, in the eyes of the baby. And that's immediately preventing that baby from making eye-to-eye contact with the baby's mother and father and making those signals established.
Wow. So much that happens in that hour, that critical hour that has been circumvented and hijacked by the system. I hope that all of you who are listening to this right now, think of someone that you love, someone that's going to have a baby. This information is critical for all of you to continue. Like, we can just stop it right here. This is where we take 100% responsibility. My registered service mark is you can take a pill or you can take responsibility. It's not that I'm against the pill, but I am for doing everything you can. We've heard story after story from Tom and how changing to your lifestyle, the way you eat can transform the way your life is going to be for as long as you take that final breath.